So I am not in a relationship. I am married. Yeah. My wife is Italian, but get this, she's an Italian woman who can't cook. Yeah, I mean, what are the odds of that? You know, you have a better chance of getting into a taxi and finding an American driver. Never liked my wife. There's actually a huge souvenir store in the middle of Hollywood that's named after my wife. It's called La La Land. Yeah. It's always hard to take my wife out to dinner. She's one of those never happy with the table she sits at, right? We all know people like that. Oh, this table's too cold. Oh, now this table, the music is way too loud. Now we're sitting too close to the door. And that's just when we go to Taco Bell. It's embarrassing. I mean, we'll go into a restaurant, go up to the host stand, and they'll say, table for two? And I go, no, it's going to be 3 tables for 2. She didn't like that joke, huh? So I was born and raised by alcoholic parents. I know I'm not alone. But you know what that made me, though? A bartender. I did. I bartended for many years. People don't drink the hard stuff like they used to. They drink what they call these candy drinks, like lemon drops, right? Lemon drops?
So good.
Yeah, it's like a throat lozenge. You know? There's chocolate cake shots, oatmeal cookie shots. There's even a drink called a blueberry muffin. People don't want bars, they want bakeries. And it's not just the girls either, it's the guys too. I had a guy come in one time, order a chocolate martini. I'm like, grow up. Chocolate? I asked him, I said, you want some cookies with that, pal? Yeah, you want a coloring book with your little chocolate drink? Chocolate martini. One thing I never got used to is customers coming in and saying to me, what's your specialty? Like I'm a chef. I say to these people, if you want a chef to make you drink, I can do that. Oh, tonight I have a special drink of the gin and tonic. I don't put a lime in it, no, I garnish my gin and tonic with a shiitake mushroom that is sauteed in a caramelized onion glaze. Mwah, magnifique. That'd be $700. Mushroom was imported. Had a woman come in and ask me that same question, what's your specialty? And I told her, I said, you know what my specialty is? I have extensive knowledge of American presidential history. She didn't get it. Said, that sounds different. How do you make that? You know, I actually do have extensive knowledge of presidential history, and I actually worked for NBC News one year during a presidential election year, and I like to think that's why I got hired. But I think also the fact that the head of NBC News, me and him, we played softball together. I think that helped. It's not who you know. I mean, it's not what you know. What? So, see, you're fired. You're fired. So I go into work my first day, I'm all excited, right? They're really going to be impressed with me, with my knowledge, you know. First day, I go into the office, there's like 8 people sitting at the desk. I go in, finally somebody says to me, can I help you? I said, yeah, my name is Bob Nissen. He goes, you're Bob Nissen? Our boss has told us so much about you. You're like this presidential expert. He goes, then he starts quizzing me. He says, who was the first Republican president? I said, that was Abraham Lincoln. Oh, wow, that's good. Who was the youngest man ever to become president? I said, that was Teddy Roosevelt. You are brilliant. Oh, we are so happy to have you here. I'm telling you, very important job. Listen, we are starving. We need someone to get us lunch. That was my first job. Frank, what do you want, turkey, mayo on the side? It's a deli down the street. So I mentioned my mother earlier, alcoholic, but she's one of these, my mother's one of these, always likes to drink, but always make like she doesn't want to drink. Mom, you want a cocktail? No, I don't think so, not tonight, I'm good, thanks. You know what? Maybe little something. Just give me, triple bourbon straight up water on the side. And my mother would have one drink, all of a sudden, whole different person. All of a sudden, she's looking at me going, honey, what if I told you your father really wasn't your father? No, really. She's so funny. Great sense of humor. So I watched some of the Olympics. I thought that was a lot of fun. I like the swimming events. I don't know if you know this. You know they actually have a lifeguard on duty for the swimming events? What a cake job that is. Man, I mean, God forbid if something would happen, who amongst these world-class athletic swimmers could help out? A lot of events in the swimming event, right? You know, they have the backstroke and the freestyle and the breaststroke. You know one thing I'd love to see? The doggy paddle. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. And to make it more interesting, you know what they should do? Throw a dog in there. See how they do then. Oh, and Michael Phelps loses the 50-meter doggy paddle to Lassie by a nose. So close. Yeah. So Donald Trump is running for president, right? You know, I haven't liked Donald Trump ever since he came out with that show of his, The Apprentice. I mean, the guy is a billionaire, right? A billionaire. And I would hate the kind of prizes he'd give away. Team number 1. You just defeated team number 2 in the competition. You get the prize. And that prize, it's gonna be huge. I'm gonna let you all come up to my apartment on 5th Avenue and look around. If you're lucky, I'll let you look at a photograph of my wife, Melania. Donald Trump, God. So I went to Las Vegas recently, and I got to meet Britney Spears. That was fun. I'm telling you, that was exciting. And I'm talking to her, and I never noticed this, but her eyes are really far apart. And I'm sitting there talking to her, and I'm going, God, talking to Britney Spears is like talking to a hammerhead shark. Great to meet you. Your show is great. Watching TV one day, and I was watching an Adele concert they had on TV, and she's English, right? She's from Great Britain, and she's talking to the crowd, but she announced the song like she had an American accent. It was very strange. She's like, you know, I want to thank you all so much for coming out, and I'm going to do a song for you now. It's a big hit, and the name of the song is Hello. Where the hell did that come from? I'd love to see it the other way around, you know, her talking American accent, but then announce a song in English, you know. Thank you all so much for coming out. I'd like to do a song for you now. It's a big hit, and the name of the song is Hello! Nice day, isn't it? I'm going to sing it for you right now. And the 1, and the 2, and the 3. So I don't know if you saw this movie, but I finally got to see the movie 50 Shades of Grey. But I was blindfolded.